Hi, this is Keron Bhattacharya. I'm reading from my novel Boston Brahmin'S Widow, Chapter 9, Part 2. The characters and events in this novel are fictional. The road is dusty and crowded. Some roadworks are in progress. Huge pillars are being erected right on the crown of the road. Whether for a flyover or an extension of the metro, none of us is sure. The dug-up road is causing great inconvenience and slowing down our journey, for the car has to negotiate narrow dirt tracks full of dust. Whether to give a chauffeur confidence because he isn't feeling well or to distance herself from us, Java sits next to Abdul. If she imagined sitting in the front would offer her peace and quiet, the racket we create in the back, joking and bantering, frustrates her desire. Up until Thakurpukur, the endless bazaars with various small traders crowding the road reduces our progress to a snail's pace. Beyond Thakurpukur, the buildings are scattered, giving way to large expanses of greenery. Even Joba is now much more relaxed and starts picking up threads of our conversation. The country house in Majorpur is palatial and somewhat incongruous in a locality of modest dwellings. The ragged clothes drying and the children playing in the road indicate a hand-to-mouth existence. A beautifully manicured lawn skirts the three wings of the building. The main wing is kept exclusively for the industrialist family, and the other two for guests or are rented out. A full contingent of servants welcomes us when we arrive, and we are shown two rooms, which indicate we have to share. This is Joba's doing. She wants to refute from the outset any gossip monger suggestion of an illicit liaison developing between us. Our room with two single beds and a little table in between is neat and clean. A working table with a chair next to it provides, if one so desires, the facility to write notes or picture cards. Two large air conditioners are purring away to keep the room super cool. An attached bathroom with a shower and toilet, which seem reasonably clean, makes Jobber smile with satisfaction. Two large wardrobes covering one side of the wall and a television on a shelf in the middle complete all the basic amenities needed to spend a relaxing day or two in that peaceful environment. An argument soon erupts between Imran and the supervisor because they have allocated only one room facing the river and the other overlooking the beautifully manicured lawn. The supervisor, a smart young man, is somewhat overawed by Joba's presence. He knows she is still powerful enough to end his career prematurely. Unfortunately, our demand simply has no possibility of being met. All the other rooms are either occupied or in the process of being refurbished. Imran and Fatima aren't married. Imran is a divorcee and Fatima's husband died a few years ago. As Imran lives in an apartment in Taliganj alone, our staying with him an odd night or two does not raise any eyebrows in the neighborhood. But such is my luck if I were to have that sort of relationship with Jobber. The newspapers and magazines would enjoy a filled day with salacious stories. To test Imran's moral fiber, Jobber calls me. Kobi, let's check our room. The message sends a palpitation through my heart. Does she really mean it? Am I going to share a room with her? As I follow her to the room facing the river, Fatima comes with us, leaving little doubt in anyone's mind as to who is going to share the room with Jobber. Men are from Mars, women from Venus. Understanding a woman's mood is the key to success. I'm unsure about what's going to happen in the next few days. Every moment seems to be full of pregnant possibilities. After lunch, my suggestion to stroll on the promenade beside the Ganges is met with little enthusiasm from my friends because they all are said to have a siesta. In the afternoon, I feel increasingly restless because walking alone on the veranda seems far too boring a prospect. Jobba won't be happy if I venture out alone, and that in itself is more of an incentive because I'm determined to show her my independent streak. The security guard opens both the gates, one that leads to the road outside and the other across the road, which will enable me gain access to the promenade. A beautifully manicured garden full of exotic flowers which a gardener is devotedly tending welcomes me. The private promenade is none too big. Some boys are playing on the bank of the river and a few are relieving themselves. Apparently, only 50% of the households in India have latrine facilities. A sad reflection on a nation aspiring to be a superpower. I move to the other side where the view of the Ganges isn't marred by the latrine-bound villagers and sit on a bench. The picturesque view of the river and the boats drifting along it absorb all my thoughts. Evening is descending and the twilight is playing hide and seek with the Ganges. The occasional beam of light comes through the leaves of a banyan tree while the distant shore on the other side recedes into darkness. Ripples in the Ganges create an outer-world experience of being called from a distant land, a land of dreams. Sitting there, I remember the story of a little boy who woke up one morning and found a white swan outside his door who tempted him to take a ride through the blue sky to a land where a beautiful princess was waiting for him. He took that ride through the blue sky, the underneath of which was saturated with cumulus clouds. The swan, after hours of traveling, reached an imposing white palace. The boy found no guards there, much to his surprise, only the princess who had a veil covering her face, waiting for him. But before he could reach her, she ran away. He chased her through the long corridors of the palace. It was such a long chase. He was absolutely exhausted, and still she was running away from him, like the proverbial golden deer that had led Lord Rama astray. At last, after a long chase through the corridors, he caught up with the princess, who finally removed her veil. Strangely, she was none other than Jobba. Gosh! I wake up with a shudder. Everywhere is now pitch black except for the winking lights showing the path leading back to the palace. Thank you.